Good morning. In this lecture, in this video, we will be discussing about the boundary layer flow. Boundary layer theory is one of the outstanding theories that has come in the history of fluid mechanics. We need to understand the perspective of this theory before coming into a conclusion about how important it has been. First, we will discuss about the motivation of learning this theory, starting from the design of aircraft to understanding of how a season ball swing to how a bird fly or how a vehicle moves. All these things can be well addressed if we know about the boundary layer concept and the methodology to solve the boundary layer equation. It is a subject, if properly used, we can give rise to a theoretical, physical, come mathematical understanding of aircraft fluids which cannot be addressed by simply looking into the full form of Navier-Stokes equation. Before understanding the boundary layer concept, let us take a simple example so that we can understand what a boundary actually means. For example, we are looking at a group of people. We are looking at a group of people from a bird eye view. We can see some people are just standing, some people are moving very slowly, some people are moving at a very fast speed. If I make a line which will differentiate these three sections, that is, first section in which people are moving, people are standing still, second section in which they are moving slowly, gossiping with each other, third in which they are moving very slowly. So the lines which will be differentiating these three sections, this line is known as boundary. So it is a general form. In general definition, boundary is a layer of separation which is separating between system and surrounding, between the two things. System, that is on which we are performing our study, and everything external to system is known as surrounding. So how we are utilizing this concept in our fluid mechanics, let us see. Whenever whenever a actual fluid passes through a solid body or solid wall, the fluid particles attaches to the boundary, and a condition occurs which is known as no slip condition. That is, the fluid particle just adjacent to my solid surface, they stick to the solid surface due to a phenomena which is known as viscosity, where the velocity of this adjacent fluid layer will be equal to zero, and this condition is known as no slip condition. That is, the velocity of fluid adjacent to the boundary will be same as that of the boundary. If the boundary is stationary, the velocity of the fluid will be zero, and further away from the boundary, the velocity will be higher. And as a result of this variation of velocity, a velocity gradient, that is du by dy, will exist, and the velocity will increase from the zero value at the boundary surface to free stream velocity, that is u infinite, of the fluid in a direction normal to the boundary. This variation of velocity from the zero to free stream velocity in the direction of in the direction normal to the boundary take place in a very small region in the vicinity of solid boundary. This small region is known as boundary layer. This small region is known as boundary layer. The theory dealing with the boundary layer flow is called boundary layer theory. According to boundary layer theory, the flow of fluid in the neighborhood of the solid boundary may be divided into two separate regions. May be divided into two separate regions. First, a very thin layer of fluid called the boundary layer in the immediate neighborhood of the solid boundary, where the variation of the velocity from zero at the solid boundary to the free stream boundary to the free stream velocity in the direction normal to the boundary take place. That is this particular region. In this region, the velocity gradient du by dy exists, and hence the fluid exert a shear stress on the wall in the direction of motion. The value of shear stress can be given by Newton's law of viscosity, which states that shear stress is directly proportional to rate of shear strain or velocity gradient. This we have already seen in our first unit. The remaining fluid, the second layer is the remaining fluid which is outside the boundary layer. The velocity outside the boundary layer is constant and is equal to free stream velocity, that is u infinite, as there is no variation of velocity in this particular region. So the velocity gradient du by dy becomes equal to 0, and as a result the shear stress value is also equal to 0. So how do we plot this boundary layer? Actually, since the velocity of the fluid is increasing from the wall to free stream in the particular direction, and each layer is moving with the separate velocity, so there will be a zone where a relative velocity will be existing. We mark out the point at which the velocity becomes 99.99% of u infinite, that is the free stream velocity. If we take such multiple points at multiple locations and join these points, after joining these points, we get a layer which is free known as boundary layer. So we are making the boundary layer by joining the points at which the velocity is becoming 99.99% of the free stream velocity. Above this layer, the free stream velocity have already been achieved. So therefore, there will be no velocity gradient existing. So no shear stress is there. Below this layer, the velocity is approaching this value of 99.99%. That's why there exists a velocity gradient, due to which we have a value of shear stress which can be determined with the help of Newton's law of viscosity. So that's it for introduction of boundary layer. For further topics, keep watching the videos. Thank you.